Hello everyone. In this video, I will show you how to clear the prelims exam. I have cleared prelims exam in 2023 and 2024 both, and with in this one I got 97 marks, and this time I'm also getting 110 plus marks. I cleared forest cutoff in both the attempts. So I would like to tell you how to like clear prelims with short strategy. So it's not like just it will work one time. I will if even if I attempt next time, then I will still be able to clear it very easily because there is a well practiced method, and these tricks works because these are based on scientific principles. You have two strategies to clear the exam. One is you go by a very heavy accuracy. I call these kind of people are those whose static knowledge is absolute, and then the second strategy is you following probabilistic model. Now, in this case, you are almost sure shot guaranteed to clear the exam. But in this case, you have to be an exceptional person to clear the exam. And I want you to be all of you guys falling in the second category. That is, you play on the probabilities. So for that, practice is the most important thing that you can do. And for practice, you have to do these four things as necessary. So first of all, you have to do the vision prelims test series completely. You have to do the forum SFG level 1. It is must. If you are willing, you can do level 2 also, but level 1 is like must. You have to do it. Level 2 is quite difficult in my opinion, and it is not required for the exam, but still if you want to practice, you can do it. And forum simulator is also very good. Vision abhyas, I also found it to be very good and close to the true exam. Rouse IS prelims test series also you can try, but I call it optional because it is also very high level and um, ask very specific questions, so you have to be very clear. I attempted some of their tests, but not all. In my previous 2023 attempt, I attempted the entire test series, but in 24 I just attempted 5 6 tests. But this particular thing I did in both my attempts, and this helps a lot because it covers almost all the current affairs that were in the news. So even if you don't make any notes out of the newspaper or don't remember anything after a long time, then it takes care of everything because everything will be revised from these four things. You can just maintain a separate notebook covering all the new facts that you encounter. But the most important thing while doing this is analyzing these. I know many people that do all these things and still not able to clear the prelims. The reason is they don't analyze the questions that they did wrong very well. So like after completing every test, I did a discussion with my friend and discussed all the wrong questions and like why we did it wrong and how could we have reached to the correct answer just by using tricks, even if we didn't know about anything about that question. So that is the short trick to clear prelims exam. If you just rely on your static knowledge, I don't think there's very few people can be able to clear the exam like that. And I told you that they fall in the first category, those who have very high accuracy. And normally people don't have that. So you just rely on the probabilistic model. I will take some questions to show you how to apply the tricks and tricks in the real time. So first, this question: the atmosphere is heated more by incoming solar radiation than by terrestrial radiation. Now, if you know basic geography, you would know that the incoming solar radiation is shortwave radiation with high energy. So it just passes as a transparent through the atmosphere, and the outgoing radiation, that is the terrestrial radiation reflected by the Earth, वो जो है वो हिट करता है अर्थ के एटमॉस्फेयर को, ट्रोपोस्फेयर को, टू बी स्पेसिफिक. सो दिस स्टेटमेंट इज रॉन्ग. एंड अगेन दिस इज द सेम थिंग दैट ट्रोपोस्फेयर में जो CO2 एंड ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस होते हैं, दे एक्ट एज ग्लोबल वार्मिंग बाय absorbing the terrestrial radiation, which is the long wave radiation. Now this is given in the NCRT, so this I will call this an easy question. Now the next question: the thickness of the troposphere at equator is much greater as compared to poles. Now if you know basic geography, you would know that जो गर्म हवा warm air hot air होगी, it will rise, and so there will be higher thickness of troposphere at the equator and much thinner at the poles. So this is correct statement, and the explanation the same thing that I explained just now, like heat is transferred to great heights by strong convectional currents. So answer will be option A. And now for this question, this is an easy question because basically it is very difficult to like contradict that this particular compound is not present into the volcanic eruptions. So ideally you can always go for all of the four. But even if you want to think, so nitrogen compounds, they are specifically found in vehicular emissions. The vehicles, they have the highest quantity of nitrogen compounds. Sulfur compounds are found in the coal thermal power plants. So but still every other compound is also found in trace quantities. For example, in the thermal power plant, you will also get nitrogen compounds, but in little smaller quantities. So you can always go with option D in such kind of questions. The risk is very low. Like even if you do go for only three, only two, then you're still taking a much higher risk than going for all four. And now this particular question says which of the following are correct inference from isothermal maps in the month of January. Now this is a difficult question, uh, but if you look at the option, the second option says that Gulf Stream and North Atlantic drift make the North Atlantic Ocean colder and isotherms bend towards the north. Now, if you know basic geography, you would know that Gulf Stream is responsible for defreezing of the ports in the Norway and Scandinavian countries. So basically, it is a warm current, so it cannot be making them colder. So this option is eliminated. So the now answer is among these two options only. Now, if you look at this carefully, this is given in NCRT, but for now, I'm ignoring this. But if you apply small little logic, then you will find out that this is correct. Now, next question: where two largest cocoa producers in the world. Now, cocoa is a tropical evergreen crop, so it cannot be in Algeria, Morocco. It cannot be in Botswana and Namibia. So these two can only be the options where there is a tropical evergreen forest. Now the issue is that Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana, uh, Ghana coffee is famous. Like I knew this particular fact, so I could do this question. But still, you could eliminate these two options easily. Now let's look at the next question. This is a straight out memory based question. You cannot do any elimination or that kind of thing. Uh, but ideally, you should remember all the tributaries of Ganga in order. So I remembered them, and also the meeting point of cities. You can refer to Naman Goyal sir's notes on this. I will upload this on my Telegram channel if you want to see those. They are very comprehensive regarding the rivers, and they include all the major cities as well. So this was an easy question. Uh, Now rainfall. This question: rainfall is one of the reasons for weathering of rocks. Now this is obviously true. Chemical weathering and biological weathering and the physical weathering. So this is type of physical weathering. Now rainwater contains CO2. Now if you know about acid rain, you would know that carbonic acid uh, corrodes the roads and all. So now the third option is rainwater contains atmospheric oxygen. This is also correct, but in this question they wanted to ask the explanation. I did mark this one in the exam, but actually both second and third are correct explanations for weathering of rocks. Uh, I particularly thought that carbonic acid is only responsible for corroding, but oxygen also is like a acidic um, acidic radical, so it could also corrode the road. Now, this question: how many of the countries have a border with North Sea? Now, this is a straight out current affair question because North Sea route was very much in news because of Russia war, and we were importing oil from the Chennai Vladivostok sea route. So you should know also all the Arctic Council countries. You should also know the uh, this order of the seas like Barents Sea, Chukchi Sea, and like those kind of in regular order. So I prepared it specifically for prelims exam. I don't remember it now, but you should do that. You should remember that. And now this particular question, I would say this was easy to eliminate the options, but difficult to reach the final answer. So if you look at Dhumadar Falls, it is in Narmada, a river. That is true, but region is not Malwa. So that's a trick. I thought that it is correct answer, but Malwa is not the correct region. It is in the I think the left side of Madhya Pradesh, so it's not Malwa. And Hundru and Kerso, this is a tough question. We'll leave it for now. So I attempted this in the exam, but I took a bullet here. It is not the correct answer. Now this particular question is an easy question, but I didn't particularly know the answer, so I marked it wrong. But the Vosges uh, mountain is in Germany, so this one is wrong too. Alps mountain is a fold mountain, you should know. So this is wrong. This is wrong. So only two should be the answer. Now let's look at the next question. Greenfield projects, which have the following have been considered as greenfield projects. So uh, in this answer, I knew about this one because I read the in the Hindu inauguration of this particular airport is going to happen. There was a whole page ad, so that there is some benefit of reading newspapers. Now, between Kushinagar and Vijayawada, I know that we are focusing on Buddhist circuit and Buddhist diplomacy. So there is a good chance that we may have constructed a new airport there. So 1 and 2 I marked, and 3 also there was a probable candidate. But Vijayawada is a big city in Andhra Pradesh, if you know. So there was a good chance that there would already be some brownfield airport there. Now, with respect to this question, water vapor, this is an easy question again. The amount of which decreases with latitude. Now, this is obviously decreases with altitude. This is obviously true. As you go up higher, there is a higher condensation, so it will just become droplets and fall to the earth. So, second is its percentage maximum at the poles. One and two are all, of course, contradictory. If you know that cold condenses the water vapor, then this is not possible. So only one. This is the answer. And this one I again did wrong. I have marked this one, but answer is money West Coast climate. Basically, uh, uh, for me, both were very quite similar. I was doubtful in these two, but at least you can eliminate these two. Equatorial climate, you have a high amount of rainfall. It doesn't reaches as low as 50 centimeter. For China type climate, the precipitation occurs throughout the year, but it does not have annual and low range of temperature. It is very cold in winter and very warm in summer. So this also is incorrect. So option must be, at least you can eliminate among these two options. Now the most important part. So this is your focus reward. So for this probabilistic model to work, आपको कम से कम 85 to 95 questions attempt करने पड़ेंगे. If you attempt any number of questions less than this, then you are in the border category and you will be like anxious about if you are clearing prelims or not. But if you attempt in this range, you are almost guaranteed to clear prelims exam, and then you can easily prepare for your mains exam without worrying about the results. So for this to work, so for example, for about 40 questions, you will have about 100% accuracy. You know the short answers because those are questions directly from your static knowledge or your current affairs, whatever source you want you referred. And then for 45 questions, you will answer them with 50% accuracy. So like your net positive will be around 30 marks or 25 marks. So you will easily be able to get 100 plus marks and clearing any cutoff of prelims exam. So this works. I finished my mains exam on this Sunday. So if you want me to make more such videos, let me know in the comments.